While we're talking about insecurity in Owo is not the only community that has faced insecurity. It's something that we struggled with as a nation and still struggling with. Fear has returned to Tidibale, a small farming community in Isa local government area of Sokoto State, after a fresh threat from notorious bandit leader Bello Turji. The warning came after months of silence from Turji, a name long linked to banditry in Nigeria's northwest. Local residents say the message triggered immediate panic, forcing many families to flee their homes and farmlands. People from Tidibale are now taking refuge in Isa town, Gidan Hamisu, and across the border in Shinkafi, Zamfara State, afraid that violence could soon follow. Women, children, and the elderly are among those displaced, while farmers who should be preparing for the planting season are instead sleeping in crowded homes or makeshift shelters.
Meanwhile, some homes in Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara State, including Shinkafi town, Katuru, Jangeru and Kanwa, have reportedly entered into a truce with Turji. Under this agreement, residents agreed not to confront or report his activities, a move described as a way to survive and not a sign of support. Now, join us this morning for this discussion, the security expert Balla Abdullahi. Good morning to you, and thanks for joining us on Breakfast Central, Mr. Abdullahi.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Now let's get straight to it. I mean, what we're witnessing where is a complete collapse of state authority, where you have mass exodus of citizens of a particular community leaving because they don't believe the government can protect them, and you also have reports of communities entering into a sort of truce and paying some taxes just to protection money. Can you bring us up to speed with what is happening in some of those communities in the north?
Yes, actually, this is not new something. We saw it coming that this issue, if not handled carefully and strategically, it will be a time that will be a time when things, and even from the community. What is so important and what is so crucial for this is the
I think we have some connection issues with our guest. Maybe we'll try and connect with him directly on the phone via telephone so that we can hear and unpack these issues. It's very important that we know what's going on, and hopefully in the course of the week we'll also hear from security operators, because this is unprecedented. Even though it's been going on for too long, does not excuse it, where government abandons its responsibilities and then the citizens resort to self-help or they flee.
Well, and what's even sad is that they're fleeing to another community, Shinkafi, that has allegedly now entered into a truce with the bandit leader. I believe we have our guest back. Welcome. Please go ahead with your thoughts.
You can go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Yes, well, yes, it's a total state of collapse from the state and federal government, because one of the duties of states and federal government is to protect life and properties. And unfortunately, for this side, from the government side, in terms of protection of lives and property, and the citizens now, they don't have the machinery, they don't have the power, they don't have the financial capacity to stay in their environment. So they have to flee. And that is what is happening. And throughout the Northwest, and looking at also the 2020, 26, 27 general election that is also approaching, this is also tapped with some of the political ambition of some of the political leaders, like in other similar fora that we've been saying, that this issue of banditry is all inclusive. Everybody participates in it.
Can you shed some more light on...
You find the security agencies, the political party holders, the politicians, traditional leaders, the Islamic rulers, the Islamic leaders, the youth and whatever, including the international, the operation of the international communities and some of the miscellaneous instances. So what is so important and what is so critical, so long as the government cannot protect lives and property, believe you me, it becomes so like political apathy on the side of the public. One, the public has to resort to protecting their lives and property, and once such is done, then it will also get to a level whereby it will go out of hand from the control of the government and from the control of the public, which is now happening in some of the parts of not only in Sokoto, but also in the general affairs of Northwest. And one key that is also so important, the Northwest governors should be able to speak to themselves without selfish interests, without political statements, without administrative statement, so that when they are trying to tackle this, they can be able to address it. And one thing also that is also important is the issue of the security agencies, neither the police nor the army that are under the control of the state government. So it is also crucial for the federal government now to know and be committed that they want to protect lives and property, so that the earlier the federal government participates, convenes to come in to support the state government, the better for the state government also to look areas where they will also fuse in their security boards in order to address this issue of security decadence in their states.
All right, just to confirm, there have been reports about residents in Shinkafi community where the residents from Sokoto have been moving to seek shelter, that these people in Zamfara have entered into a truce with Bello Turji, and part of the agreement is that they will not report his activities, and as such, he doesn't terrorize them. Instead, he then unleashes terror on other communities, but not theirs, because they've entered into a truce with him. How true is this? How common is this in that region? And how did we get to this level?
This is very true. Where the citizen becomes so disappointed, where the government cannot protect lives and property of the citizen, the only option the citizen resorted was to see this bandit leader and say, please, we want to seek for this. Then the bandit leader had to also give them some conditionalities, which they all abided by. Not only in Sokoto, in Zamfara, in Katsina, in Kaduna, some part of Bilingwari, some communities resorted to seeing the bandit leaders agree to the terms and conditions so that their lives and properties can be protected. But some of the conditionalities the community usually pay to this bandit were some of money, some of farm produce. In fact, let me tell you, in some of these villages, the community, the bandit leaders now are the one doing the judges, are the one sentencing, are the one trying, are the one doing the ADR, alternative dispute resolution, in some of the communities. So the communities doesn't have any alternative than to resort to this bandit and accept all the conditionalities laid down by the bandit. This shows the total state collapse by the side of the government, state government, and the federal government. And if care is not taken, if this should go on, believe me, we don't know where we are heading to. Maybe we are heading to some of the stateless society, which are becoming to this administration.
Mr. Abdullahi, let's talk about another dimension to this, and because you said what it looks like is state collapse, complete collapse of the state and any authority of the state, because we'll have non-state actors calling the shots and forcing thousands of people to be displaced, and the government seems to be able not to do anything about it. And that's where my question comes in. The United States of America, for example, conducted airstrikes against certain targets in Sokoto on Christmas Day, and President Trump has threatened that it might not be a one-off operation if these attacks continue on communities. The United States Africa Command just yesterday said it delivered new security equipment to Nigerian authorities in Abuja. Do you think the fact that there's now open cooperation between the United States and the Nigerian government would bring some sort of resolve and succor for the people in the Northwest that are facing the challenges of banditry and terrorism? Will it make any difference on the ground?
It's so unfortunate that in Nigeria, some of this, the government is now inviting foreign governments, especially in the US, to come and assist, US, France, to come and assist in fighting against the insurgents. It's very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. Our soldiers, if given the opportunity, they can fight these menace. The only thing is for Nigeria to be as sovereign as it is, as sovereign as is expected. But relying on US, let me tell you, US government is in Nigeria now to harness mineral resources, including gold and some vital resources. But there is nothing, no more, no less, that the US government is here to assist, to fight for this, to fight for that. Those statements were made in order to have reasons several against any attack by the US government in any country across the globe. For example, in Iraq, when US wanted to attack Iraq, they said they had weapon of mass destruction. A committee from NASA went in to investigate, and they investigated. They came out with the report that there was nothing like weapon of mass destruction. But the US government went ahead to attack Iraq. There's something in Iran. There's something in all these countries, including in all these countries that the US is attacking. So the issue of US saying they want to come to assist Nigeria, believe you me, they are here to harness resources, available resources deposited in Northwest, and not only in Northwest, in all the areas. And let me tell you also, give you a shortcut that wherever you see any foreign national giving assistance, believe you me, that country has resources. That country is going to be a satellite for the attacks of its neighbors, or it has mineral resources. And it's just like Nigeria now that is happening. They will come, attack people in order to divert attention and get the resources which they wanted. There is nothing like assistance.
Wow. So what immediate security measures? I mean, I think what we're looking for is more long-term, but what immediate security measures can we put in place right now? These residents are fleeing. Some of them went to bed or woke up in their homes, but they will no longer be sleeping in their homes. So what short-term measures can the government put in place?
Yeah. The short-term measures government cannot put in place because the government attention is now diverted towards election. How are they going to win election? That is the only attention, the only news, the only solution they are looking for. Ways, strategy, and manner they will follow to win election. But the short-term measures that they should be able to do that is commitment, total commitment, political will that they want to address this. And they know all these people that are participating in the banditry or in the other insurgency, they know they have the list. The DSS have the list, have the number, have the location, have everything. And these bandits are also calling the telecommunication agency. They know they have this, they can track this, they know whatever they want to do. So if they are really committed to save lives and property, they can address this, believe me, within 2 to 3 weeks, because our soldiers are well trained. If given the opportunity, if given the allowances, if given the weapons, the weaponry, if given all the support they needed, then the civil military support can come in now. Then the public will now support government. But believe you me now, to the extent that now the government have to work harder enough to gain the public empathy, to gain the public support. Because now that the public is losing the support, is losing the confidence in the government. So it's also another strategy that will also help in having this minister. Otherwise, we don't know where we are heading to. The attention is just to win the election.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Balla Abdullahi, finally, before I let you go, in less than 1 minute, if you can, please, I would really appreciate it. This notorious bandit leader, Bello Turji, there's been reports that he's been neutralized in the past, and it hasn't. We know he's still alive, he's issuing threats, and has been a menace to his community. Why is he so elusive, and how much influence does he wield in the Northwest?
Well, you know, in every war, for you to win the public heart, for you to win, part of the winning game in war is propaganda. And this propaganda can be two types. The propaganda can be true, the propaganda can be lie. So you can send signal information, fake information, for them to get what you want. You can send also information that are very true for them to get what you want. But it's just a strategy the non-conventional and even the conventional ones are using to win the public heart or to send some signals to the public authorities. But it's normal in every war. The non-conventional and conventional can also do the same.
All right. Thank you very much for your time with us this morning. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you. This rather unpleasurable conversation, I must add. Thank you for your time.